Hi, my name is Dr. Cheryl Meier, and I want to teach you really quick the basics of how to keep a healthy relationship, how to take self-responsibility, how to understand where your spouse is coming from, all of this in as close to 5 minutes as I can do this. So what happens is did I say I'm Dr. Cheryl Meier? Yes, in Southern California. There are basic problems that happen over and over and over again in relationships. And I was just on a walk with a friend, and I was describing this to her, and I was just like, she was like, you need to make a video on this. So here I am. I went by the $1 store, got a whiteboard. I'm making this for you because I want everyone to have this. I want everyone to have a basic understanding of what happens so that your relationship doesn't have to fall apart just because you don't have this information. It takes work to work on the underlying stuff that will come up because of this. So that's where you can find a professional therapist or a psychologist or someone wise or knowledgeable that can help you sort through this, or you can work on it on your own, get a journal and start writing it. But if you need professional help, of course, get that. I'm just giving you the basics of what I see over and over again so you have these skills. Look. We all come from our family of origin. It's like our origin story, like Luke in Star Wars, okay? And so what happens in our family of origin is sometimes, there's negative things, there's abandonment, there's abuse. I'm just drawing different pictures to depict that. There's neglect. There's a lot of insecurities that our parents have, and old shame and pain that they have buried from their childhood that they throw out. It just leaks on us, even if it looked like you had this great childhood. What happens is we have wounds from childhood, and so we think, oh, look, let's leave this, and here, now I found my sweetheart, and I'm all open to her. So here's us. We walk up to this person, and I'm all open, and everything looks great, and it looks like I'm going to get rid of all this stuff and just have this all-loving relationship. Okay? And so what happens, though, is as soon as this person starts betraying you in small ways or hurting your feelings, or you start taking things personally, the more you live in your ego, the more the things this person does is going to affect you because you're so affected by the outside world. So we could talk about that in another video, about how to move out of just living in your exterior personality self or your ego. But back to this. So what happens is here's these people and here are you, and you're like, oh, look, what we just took is all this pain and we put it onto this person, and now they are the ones to blame, for all of my pain back here because we left our parents, and now this person is to blame. And so this is getting ugly. It's getting heavy. I don't want in it anymore. We leave some people and go, here we are, form a relationship of some kind with someone outside of marriage, or we get an addiction, and this isn't always everybody. It's not an excuse to go out, okay? It's to understand what is the appeal of doing this so that we understand what people are doing. We can get an addiction because that covers our shame. We have shame because we get shame when we feel a lack of love in childhood. We feel like it's our fault. We internalize it. And so we think all that shame's going to go away in this new relationship, and we form a marriage. And then anywhere between 2 hours and 2 years into that marriage, they say we enter into a power struggle. And so the power struggle has begun. And when the power struggle, if you resolve it, it looks a lot like the beginning of your romantic relationship. But a lot of people don't know this stuff and they don't know how to resolve it. And so they keep getting mad at their spouse, or they go into an addiction. It covers our shame. It gives us a temporary high. Again, this new thing pretends like that it's going to solve all our old problems. But guess what? They're still there. It's ours to work out. And also, one other thing I really think it's important to point out is what happens when we're in this relationship. As soon as they start hurting us, we develop this, we already had this already, this closed off thing. So even if this person changed and healed a lot and became a more loving person or whatever, they're not responsible for all your early childhood pain. But even if they did change, you have already formed this barrier against this person. And so when we go over here, we don't have that barrier yet. So it looks like we're all open and it's all going to be great again. But I often use the C.S. Lewis quote where he's talking about, I think it's in his book, The Four Loves, how people love the sensation of diving into a pool and how great that is. But when it comes to swimming, they're like, forget it, I'm out. I want to just jump into another pool. And so our life is so quick fix, our society these days. And so we learn that has to just be like, go, go, go. Why isn't this working? Let's just get out and try a new one. Let's just throw away this toy. Let's throw away this phone. Let's throw away all this stuff and just get a new one. And so, of course, I see it. It's really sad. It's leaking out into our society and our relationships. And so people think that this is going to solve their old pain. But really, it's a lot of different things. So we'll have to do other videos on that. But I want you to at least understand that it's not the problem of this other person. It's our shame and our pain and our stuff that we carry from before that we've now transferred onto them, that if we go over here, we will transfer it onto here. If we go into an addiction, we see the addiction won't solve our old shame and our pain. So I'm going to wrap it up now in case some people really only have 5 minutes. But I would love to do more, and we'll talk about this more. I plan to. I wish you well in your relationships. I just wish you love. I wish you love. There's knowledge is power, and we're meant to seek after wisdom like you're seeking for gold. I invite you to seek after wisdom and understanding so that we don't keep repeating these cycles over and over. And our whole society is affected by this. All right. All the best.